If you have ever felt deeply offended by the lack of quality put into the shows you watched as a kid, you're not alone. Maybe you had a long, hard day at school. Emily tattled on you for breathing too loud. Then you stepped on month-old banana in the lunchroom, and your teacher refuses to let you draw on your tests. So you need to unwind, maybe watch some TV. You're expecting, oh, I don't know, SpongeBob, Drake and Josh, Total Drama Island, or something that's good. But what did you get?
Get in there,
Here's a list of 5 awful kids shows that never should have existed.
I am the mighty warrior called for by the Papoop. Oh no.
Attacking the Power of Juju was made back in 2007 and got canceled a year and a half later. But that didn't stop the reruns from playing every single weekend of my life for 3 years. Apparently it was based on a video game made back in 2003, and it doesn't seem like the graphics have gotten much better since then. It seems like one of those weird low-budget CGI movies that YouTube commentators make reaction videos of.
Wait, hold on.
It's about a guy who can summon spirits or something to help him do things. It has that one guy—
My name is Patrick Warburton.
—who's in, like, everything with the funny voice that everyone does impressions of now.
Hey, Peter.
The poison for Cusco.
And even he couldn't save the show from being terrible. The problem is they mixed low-budget CGI with bizarre, weird character designs that just make it so hard to look at. I give this show a 2.5 out of 10. It's not worth a rewatch.
This is a waste of time. Nothing you can do will make a tortilla grow. A tortilla is not a plum.
In Planet Sheen, they took the most annoying character from Jimmy Neutron and gave him his own show. Doing this never works. They tried it with the Ewoks TV show, Sam and Cat from iCarly and Victorious, and Young Sheldon. These characters only work in small doses and when put with a cast of other very well-written, well-performed characters. It's like the funny introvert you find at parties. Yeah, he's funny now, but keep talking to him and don't let him leave. It won't take long before what once made him funny now makes him very incredibly annoying. Planet Sheen was made back in 2010 and only lasted 1 season. Oh my gosh! It's about Sheen accidentally getting in a spaceship made by an actually interesting character named Jimmy Neutron, and then leaving him and everyone else forever. Now he lives in a disgusting goop planet filled with green disgusting goop people. There's even a green disgusting goop slob that's basically a ripoff of Carl Weezer, because they at least a little bit knew that he couldn't carry the show by himself. And if you've ever heard Sheen's voice before, you now know the feeling of dipping your earlobes in a food processor. And now you're deaf for life, left with nothing but obnoxiously harsh ringing and a life of regret. I give this show a 2 out of 10.
Whoa, what is going on back here? Ew.
We're getting into super weirdo territory now. Mr. Meaty is something I bury deep inside where it can't hurt me anymore, but for you guys, I'm gonna let it torture me once again. It's a show from 2005 starring Billie Eilish's body double and lasted for somehow 2 seasons. No sober person would ever create this abomination. It mumbles the story of teens working at a fast food restaurant, but there's always some weird spooky trash to keep you from tricking yourself into thinking that this is a normal show and that it's not as weird and creepy and scary as it seems. There's an episode where they're trying to impress a goth girl, and then she accidentally drops her hand into the fryer, and she thinks it's cool after burning her hand and screaming. Then later, they make a girlfriend out of meat, only to later find her cheating on the protagonist with a pile of frozen beef. I hate this show, 0 out of 10.
I feel very funny without my pajamas on. We're just plain bananas.
I'm sorry, did anyone ask for a show about terrifying anthropomorphized bananas? Let's analyze this intro together. 2 giant, seemingly adult bananas with faces and limbs wearing children's clothes come marching down the stairs of someone's house. As they do this, look at the kids, they're terrified. They sneak a peek at them before sprinting away, but it doesn't matter. The freakish fruit saw them, and they're way too happy to be chasing down a group of poor children. Now you're probably wondering, you know, what the resolution of this situation is. Well, they corner the kids and block their escape, and we as the audience get to watch this unfold at the beginning of every single episode. I came into contact with the show when I was at daycare. Given that it was released back in 1992, it was a little bit before my time, but also there's 5 seasons of this. The show is just about these 2 bananas, these 3 little bear children and a rat on Cuddles Avenue doing nothing of interest. It's a waste of time, it's got creepy characters, it's trying to be cute, but I see through its lies. 3 out of 10.
Your mom never told you it's not polite to stare?
Sorry.
If you remembered this show, you were probably deeply disturbed as a child. You probably thought you remembered this show, but couldn't find it, so you had to convince yourself that it was just a dream. But it wasn't just a dream. It was all real. It could still haunt you like it haunts me. It was made in 2004. There's 3 seasons. All of them are bad. This is right when 3D animation became usable for lower budget productions. But the fact that Toy Story 2 came out 5 years before this, and this is what Nickelodeon could manage with the technology, it's about some dumb, idiotic bugs having dumb child problems, and none of it is fun. There's no real adventure. There's always adults around to get involved and keep the show grounded with school lessons and chores. Now, the biggest problem with this show is this affront to God, Spiderus. Send this to your friends without context and watch as you go from a healthy, well-maintained relationship to being blocked and shunned. This isn't okay. He makes me very uncomfortable. 0 out of 10.